Hey everyone, I just wanted to take a moment to say thank you to all of the new listeners and to everyone that supports this podcast, people who've been listening for years. It truly means the world just to have you guys be here. To all the new college graduates, congratulations as you go through this job search. The one encouragement I would give you is we have over 150 episodes. So if you're looking to break into medical device sales, we want to help you. But the biggest thing is when people reach out to me so many times, they don't even know the difference between an ASR and a TM. And it's hard for me to give you guys actionable advice if you don't understand. And I always tell people it's hard for me if we're playing, baseball. It's hard for me to tell you the coaching scheme of baseball if you don't even know how to catch or swing. Right? And so that's why I tell you guys, go listen to the other podcast. And then again, if you guys don't, you're going to need a LinkedIn. We just did a webinar. You can go back and watch it. We recorded it with Omar. And so just how to use LinkedIn. It was over an hour and a half of just giving you guys tips. So feel free to go watch that for free. But if you don't have a LinkedIn, the reason I said that is you're going to need one. And that webinar tells you how to do it for free, how to make a good one so you guys can actually stand out and try to get hired in medical device sales. So again, if you guys don't have one, get that. Reach out to me, Jacob McLaughlin, or New to Medical Device Sales. Would love to connect with you all. Always love talking with you guys, being able to connect. Again, New to Medical Device Sales on all the other platforms. But just wanted to come here and just say thank you to you guys. Again, just appreciate everything about you guys. Without you, I wouldn't be here. And just being able to see the impact we've been able to have, going over 1,000 people into medical device sales. I got multiple messages. It's early in the week when I'm recording this and already have multiple messages of people who've been able to break into the industry, have been in for 6 months and just been able to change their lives. And it's truly rewarding. It's truly humbling. And again, guys, I just want you to know, I just want the absolute best for you, because again, by you guys getting in and you winning, it doesn't make me lose. I think we all can win. And I hope you know that. I come from an abundance mindset, and so that's what I'm always going to put out in the world. And so I'm just excited about this episode, because this episode is going to be how you guys are going to stand out to break into medical device sales. But what you guys are going to hear is the passion of why you should be who you are. Because I hope you guys know who you are and why you're here on this earth and what you have to offer somebody. But I'm hoping that this podcast can make you feel a little bit better with that. So I just want you guys to know I appreciate every single person that takes the time to listen to this, to share this. If you can start sharing this with people that are interested in the industry, it's how we grow. And if you can give us a 5-star review and you can like and subscribe, that helps us grow this channel. Because again, I hope you all know my purpose and what we've made this all for is just to help you guys. It's why we've done this for almost 3 years now. We put out stuff way before we ever had any books or courses or anything. It's just been to be able to help you guys. So I just want you all to know how much I appreciate you. Feel free to reach out to me on any of the social medias, and hope you enjoy the episode. Welcome back to New to Medical Device Sales. I am your host, Jacob McLaughlin, and coming to you today during the week, getting you guys a podcast all ready to go. We finally hit 105 degrees today, so decided to go for a run in 105 degrees today. Again, don't ever do that. That is dumb advice. That's just what I do. Because I like to go put myself through mental listening of like, I think I'm tough, but I'm not tough. Then you go listen to all these different people like David Goggins and all this stuff. And you're like, your life's not that hard. Get going. All right. So that has nothing to do with medical device sales. I just want you guys to know that's who I am. I like to go do that. I've been doing it since college. And it's just always the mental part of it as well as the run. My body was pretty sore today, but just wanted to get out. Also, that's how I get myself tan. I go out for the run in the day. So make sure to go get some sunlight at some point and get some movement. But I wanted to make this podcast while I was on that run today. I've had some time to go jump in the pool and kind of cool down. So I'm not as amped as I normally am for you guys on these different podcasts where it's more of like, hey, I want you to be motivated. But today, I was really thinking about why we've been having these conversations a lot in our course. And I've been posting it on LinkedIn. I've been going through like our reflections. So if you guys haven't followed me on LinkedIn, if you go lately, I've been doing several weeks in, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months. We'll be posting 12 months next month, or next week of our 12 month reflection of like what my time in medical device sales was like. And the reason I'm wanting to put this is I want you guys to know how to stand out in medical device sales, how to stand out to get a job in medical device sales. And that's the biggest thing, is because we have a very cool split of listeners of people who are in the industry and are still fairly new and trying to continue to crush it. And there's those people who aren't in the industry. They just are trying to break in and they want to stand out and actually get those offers. And so that's where I feel so incredibly blessed to be able to come to you guys, talk to you guys, and just work with everybody to have those conversations, because it's been a lot of fun of seeing, our people from the course getting into the industry now going to crush it. And then same thing with people who, we've never met that have listened to the podcast, have gone and utilized it. And now I get the messages of, now you're in, you've been in for 6 months. And so it's always so rewarding and so cool to see. And I just, again, forever grateful to you guys. But, something I've been really going on hard with our people is, I've made some podcasts in the past about this, but this is just a reamp of just understanding who you are, what you bring to the table, why you're such a gem, why people should take you serious, what you're going to bring to a team, to an organization, why they should choose you. Because the first thing I always talk about, because everyone's going to always come to me, and if you guys are watching on YouTube, you'll see my shirt, Passion. It's one of my favorite shirts, but it's because I just want to be passionate. Talk about our passion and do what we feel like we're here to do. And that's what this is for me, is to come in and just do a little bit of encouragement to you all. Is why should they even choose you? The first thing I tell our course is throw out your background. Everyone's gonna always tell me, oh, Jacob, the sales, oh, I have clinical, all this. I don't care. Because at this point, we've gotten over 1,000 people hired. I can get, I say this all the time, we're gonna just be able to get anybody hired. It's not a question about that. It's not the background. It's who are they getting when they get you? Right? That was always the thing, and I've talked about this on our podcast before, but that was a question. I say this all the time in our office hours. My final interview, my company looked at me and they said, why Jacob? And I love that question, right? And it went on to just tell my story. You're not going to get someone who's as driven, as hungry, as, been able to come from nothing and be able to be where I'm at such a young age, who's hungry to keep going, who's not afraid to try new things, who I had that whole story. But the reason I'm saying this to you guys is each and every single one of you watching this and listening to this on your phone or while you're driving in the gym, you all have something to offer. You all are very special. You all have unique backgrounds. You've all been able to go through things that would make you a great rep. And the reason I get so passionate about this is screw the sales experience. If you talk to people, you know how to do sales, right? And you might not know all the cold calling, the steps, where you're going to forecast and all. No, maybe not all that. But what you know how to do, have a conversation. You know what you should know how to do? How to read a conversation. Be able to tell if someone's enjoying your conversation. Be able to tell by the pitch of their voice if they're really enjoying it or if they would just rather leave, right? You guys have had that experience. So if you're a waitress, if you're a personal trainer, or if you're an OT, if you work with human beings, which is most of us, then most likely you know how to do some sales. You've had to sell yourself if you're dating someone, on them. You have to or if you sold yourself, if you have friends, you had to sell yourself on them, why they should even hang out with you. Parents are kind of stuck with you, so that we'll take that as we leave it. But the whole thing is, I want you guys to hear in my voice is, you need to know who you are and know that you're special and you have something to offer this team. Because I get so dang passionate. I get so passionate about when I hear all these reps and, oh, what do they offer me? What do they bring to the table? Screw you, man. All this old school, and again, they'll hear this and they'll be like, this arrogant 28-year-old, whatever it is. It's because I've been able to see it. I was the person, I just want you guys, again, this is never a brag, but I want you guys to say, I was the kid who was the fattest kid in the school. I was the kid who was like, no, you'll never go play college basketball. I was the kid who was like, you'll never make it when you go to Arizona. I moved out with $1,200 in my name. I lived off $30 a week. I got told I want to be able to go into training. Got to work with one of the top mentors that is with Men's Health. He taught me so much. I got told when I go for medical device sales that I want to be able to break into medical device sales. Got 4 job offers from the top companies. I got told once I broke in, I just got lucky and I'll never be able to do that again. I helped over 1,000 people do it. I've been told I was never going to perform, finished in the top 10. I got told that once I go to a startup, I won't be able to perform. We made I've been able to do everything that people have said time and time again that I can, because I believe in me. I don't give a flying F what anybody else thinks about me. I don't care what anybody has to say about me. I don't care, because at the end of the day, I know where my heart's at. I know my purpose, and I know why I'm doing every single thing that I'm doing, why I make these podcasts, why I talk to you, because every single person who will ever talk bad about me are the same people who won't get on the phone calls with you, are the same people who won't put out stuff that's going to help you. are the same people who are just trying to take the business from me, right? Like they have their own thing. I'm never going to do that. It's just, I'm just going to win by being me and being with the heart that I have and the passion that I have it with. And that's what I want for each and every single one of you, because I hope when you hear this, when I sit here and tell you I used to make no money, I had $66 to my name 6 years ago, $1,200 to my name. I worked 100 hours. I say this all the time. I worked 100 hours my first year in Arizona to make $24,000. 100 hours. Up at 4 a.m., working till 9 p.m. most days. And people just, oh, that's a great story. No, I woke up on the ground because my air mattress had a hole in it. But I knew I had something on my life to give to people, to help people, to be able to make a difference. And it was in fitness, and now I still get to do it in fitness. And now it's in medical device sales. And when it's in way other things out there that people don't even know. It's because I just want to help people, bless people, love on people. That's what most people don't want to do. The reason I'm saying this, and you guys can feel the passion in me right now, is because you have the same thing. I just need you to believe it. I need you to know it. I need you to know when someone's asking, why Jacob, why Jessica, why Frank, why you? You know why you are going to go and crush it in that industry. Because guess what? You don't have the sales experience. Guess what? We can teach you that. Oh, you don't have the clinical experience. Oh, either did half the people who got the job before they did it. But guess what? If you're coming in hungry, if you're coming in willing to work, if you're coming in that saying, I know what I can do and I can bring to this team, and guess what? I'm going to screw up. Yes, I am. I'm not perfect. Guess what? I'm not Jesus, right? I'm the first one to say it. But guess what? I'm going to try my best. And if I mess up, I'm going to try again. And I'm going to continue to keep trying, and I'm going to take notes, and I'm going to continue to show up, and I'm going to be responsible, and I'm not going to blame other people, right? I just had this whole conversation. I had something going on the other day, and guess who gets to take responsibility? I do. Does it taste good? No, it stinks. But at the end of the day, that's being an adult. That's understanding. And guess what? You guys are getting into sales. Sometimes it's not your fault, but it is. And that's what sucks. But guess what? You're going to have to brush it off, keep pushing through it. So when you have that nurse who tells you to F off, or you walk in and they just are being mean to you because they hate where they're at in their life, you know what? Sometimes you just have to suck it up and just be able to be mature enough to say, I see that's not pointed at me. I know that they're going through some tough times, but I'm just going to be able to reflect it and show them a little bit of love. Right? And we're not perfect on it. You guys have seen me on these podcasts. You've probably got on calls. Like there's sometimes if you catch me after a workout and you catch me after I got 3 emails that didn't go great, you might get the wrath of God. No, I wouldn't do the wrath of God. But you might get a real serious conversation, especially if you're super lazy. That's one thing I don't put up with. You shouldn't either. But the reason I just wanted to go on that rip for you guys to hopefully get you jacked is you can do anything you have in life. You're talking to a kid who has a family member who lives off welfare, who came from nothing, who came from a broken home, had nobody to believe him, just went and just took the shot on himself time and time again and failed and failed and failed and failed and failed until they figured it out one day because they believed in themselves. And I was lucky enough to have somebody else believe in me. I had a couple other people believe in me and just say, just try it. And then just go for it. And guess what? I was just at a bachelor party with my buddies. And one of the guys there was like, I remember when you told me you were doing your little podcast. I thought that was so stupid. It would never work. And I smiled and I said, well, guess we proved you wrong, right? They're not going to believe in you. No one else is going to believe in you. Your mom, your dad, your parents, your family members, your friends. A lot of times they're not going to believe in you because they don't see what you have. They don't see the vision that's been put on your heart. My family can't understand when I'm talking about getting you guys hired at 150, 200 grand. They can't understand when I say, oh, we can get you a check in a month at $50,000. They don't know that. But if I would have stayed and listened to them, I wouldn't know that either. But I decided I'm not going to stay there. I want you guys to hear when I say you want to be successful in this industry, you want to break in, you want to have success no matter if you're trying to get in, you want to be in medical device sales, or screw it, not even in medical device sales. Whatever you do, believe in yourself, be willing to work hard, be coachable, and just do what others won't do. And I promise you, you will make more money than you ever could imagine. And the last thing on that is you are going to have haters. You are going to have people who don't believe in you. You are going to have people who talk bad about you and you've never met them. You are going to have people who put you down, especially in medical device sales. I talk about this all the time. I was just at a conference 5 months ago, never met a person. And then I told them there's just a story, but like, just put me right down. I didn't even know who the person was. But as you guys know, listening to this podcast, I'm not somebody to roll over and die. So they found out who they were talking to that day. But sometimes you can't do that, right? And so it's just like, always being humble. You're going to hear, I joke around with my friends all the time. I'm a 28-year-old guy full of energy, full of eagerness, and you tell me no, I'm going to say yes. You try to put me down, I'm going to go after it even harder. I've now been able to get out of it. I don't believe in limits. I'm not going to put a limit on myself. You tell me I can't make that much money, I'm going to go do it. And if I want to. That's the biggest thing. I don't care what anybody else says. I don't care, oh, you can't do this, do that. The real flex is the freedom. The real flex is, can you quit your job and not have to work and not worry about it? Right? That's what people miss. They see the fancy cars, they see all the trips and all that stuff, which again, blessed to be able to do those. But again, what's the real reason you're doing it? So again, I know this wasn't, oh, Jacob, you didn't give me any actionable thing. I'm giving you the actionable thing. Actually just be good at what you do, be passionate about it. Guess what? You don't know medical device sales because you've never been into it. That's okay. Give yourself grace and just be able to work hard and say that you're going to be coachable and be a sponge and you're going to learn every single day. Because guess what? I'm in this industry and I'm still learning every single day. I just had a phone call and I'm still learning every single day. And so when I'm sitting here with you guys, I'm being fully transparent. I've never once said I'm the expert, all this. All I've said is I've helped 1,000 people. I don't know any other people who've done that in the last 2.5 years. I don't know who else has been able to go from a personal trainer 2.5 years ago to a regional manager that takes 7 to 10 years, and with a medtech startup that we're working on big deals with big companies and global organizations. But yet, here we are, right? So I want you guys to just know you need to believe in yourself. You need to understand the value you can bring to somebody. You need to understand who you are and why should they choose you. Be able to know those answers because everybody doesn't know their why. Why medical device sales? Okay, you want to make some money, you want to work hard, cool. Everybody wants to do that. But who do they get when they look in the mirror? When they say, why should we choose Jacob McLaughlin? That is my favorite question because there's no doubt of why I'm going to say it. I already know my answers. And hopefully you guys know that too. And that's what I would just encourage you guys, start working on that. Because if you don't know, this is the biggest thing. If you don't know what you're bringing to a team, how can they be like, yeah, let's hire this person? They need to be excited about them. That is the whole point of when you guys are trying to break in. Guess what? You're just selling yourself. That's your product. Guess what? Oh, you don't know how to do sales? Guess what? The hiring manager is your doctor. This is why I always just talked about, we have older podcasts, go back and listen to them. Do the job to get the job. They, oh, Jacob, you don't have any sales experience and you don't know what you're doing and you don't know how to cold call. And guess what? I had an Excel sheet with 180 names. And guess what? I told them, yep, you're correct. I've never called on a doctor, but I've acted like you're a doctor in this situation. And here I am sitting in front of you. And I just gave them that little smirk. And every single time, every freaking time they said, good answer. It's not your background. It's not you just applying to it because that's not going to do anything. It's not the person you know that's going to help you get in because they're just going to get you a seat at the table. I'm just going to put on that. I can get you an interview today. What are you going to do with it? I can get you a final interview to do today. What are you going to do with it? You guys don't know. That's the problem. You need to know. You have to have no questions on yourself. So that's what this podcast was about today, was to encourage you. Know who you are. Figure out who you are. Figure out what you bring to a team. Figure out why somebody should choose you to be on their team and how you're going to make a difference in their life and to their organization and to their territory. If you can do that, and then you're just freaking awesome at following up, being with networking, you continue to reach out to them, you continue not to be needy and just ask what you can get, but actually show value while you're doing it. You can continue to just be able to do touch points to where you're not coming off annoying. You can continue to make spiderweb accounts where you can talk to so many different people that all know each other and it all trickles down. Like you guys always ask me, what's the secret? That's it. But how do you do that? That's what you guys are trying to figure out. But it all stems from, do you know who you are? Because I can tell you right now, most of you that are listening, if I said, why should I bring you to an organization and pay you $100,000? You're gonna just tell me, because I like to make money, I work hard. Great, every freaking person works hard. Air quotes, right? Everyone, like, talk is cheap, man. Work, like, that's why I just say, when I talk to my construction people, I talk to a personal trainer, I talk to an athlete, I already know everything I need to know because you already have to do it to survive. You have to work hard. But all these people who are like, oh yeah, I work hard. And then, come on, man, like, we're soft. So don't be soft. I'm gonna get the t-shirt one day made. Don't suck. If you don't suck, you'll get a job, I promise you. And that's just really good life advice. I got told that, a long time ago. And just to quote The Office, because Dwight K. Schrute is the best. And it was, I got told if an idiot would do that, would you do it? So I don't do that thing. That was paraphrased. That wasn't the exact quote. But again, just don't suck. If you don't suck, you probably win. All right. Hope that was encouraging. If you guys have questions, please feel free to reach out. We're here to help you guys. We just got 2 more people hired this last week. It's just absolutely love it. It is my passion. It is here. I just want you guys to know, you're talking to the guy who literally had no money 5 years ago, who worked 100 hours a week. And now the reason I do this, what people are like, oh, he has a course, he's gonna do this, it's all the money. I have a W-2 job. I'm a manager and do very well in medical device sales. I don't need you guys. I want to help you, right? Because if I needed you, my prices would be way higher and we'd accept everyone. We don't. We only accept 5 people, and it's only people we want to work with that we're going to help get hired, because at this point we know we can get you hired. And so I just want you guys to know that's why I do this. I just want to give back. It's why I've put out over 150 free episodes. You don't want, oh, Jacob's trying to make money. Don't buy anything. Never even look at my stuff. Just go watch all the free podcasts and the YouTubes. There's 150 plus episodes, all the Instagrams, the TikToks, all the stuff. It's why I put it out there. You guys want cheaper options? Go to the website. We have a $29 book. Right? It's those kind of things. I've tried to make it affordable for everybody, but it's like, if you're really serious, you want the coaching, you want to be with somebody who's been able to do it time and time and time again, and we can just save you lots of time and lots of hours and lots of money, because you're going to try to figure it out and be losing money when we can just save it. That's what we do. So I hope you know that. I hope you hear that. I hope you know that it's sincerely just because I love you guys. I want to help you guys. It's why I've done all the stuff that I've done over the last 3 years, and the mission's not changing. I told our coach Roxy, shout out to Roxy, you're the best. But I told her, you know, when I started this business and it turned into a business, and I just told her, and I said, our goal is to help as many people break into medical device sales so they can change not only other people's lives, but their own lives and their families' lives. That's what this is about, man. Talking to a 28-year-old kid who's just so fortunate to be able to come in and be able to speak to you guys, and again, to talk to you the way I talk to you, because I've just lived it. And when I tell you guys to go make a scholarship for my buddy, that's why I do it, right? I'm blessed enough financially to go back to help people and keep his legacy on. It's why I'm putting it out there. We're still in the works with it, but it's why we're gonna eventually be partnering with a nonprofit team. To every sale that we get, no matter what we do, we'll be going to that nonprofit. Again, it's just because I just want to give back, man. It's just about loving on others, making a difference in people's lives, and that's why I do what I do. I hope you guys know that. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Have a great freaking week. Know your worth. Know who you are. Get after it.